Hi, this is George, and today I'm going to continue with my 12 days of holiday doodle swatches. This is from day number 7, which was based on blue and the letter N. But if you have someone you want to do a Christmas card, but you don't know or you don't want to include an initial, what do you do? But you do know that the person likes green. Now, you have the option of using the green that goes with the palette of your choice, but another way is mixing your greens from blues and yellows. These pools went into making the background for the N, and since green is a combination of blue and yellow, you have more of an option to make your decision on what kind of green you want to go with. Fine tune it to where you want to take it. So I'm going to reactivate these pools with some water. Different blues will have different qualities. For example, this is intense blue, but I like to think of it as phthalo blue. This is cerulean blue, and this one, I believe, is cobalt blue. And the different yellows, let's go with the cerulean. This is ultramarine blue, and this has a warmer feel to it, and depending upon the yellow you use will create different greens. So this, for example, is lemon yellow. Nice green. And let's go with the lemon yellow for cerulean blue. And let's go with the lemon yellow again with cobalt blue, a little more yellow, and let's see what happens when you go with the lemon yellow for ultramarine blue. Okay, so each green is going to be different, and you can add blue for this one, which tones it down, and let's see. And you can, by extension, use a little bit of brown. Gray it out a little bit. So you can see that you have a lot more variety when you mix your own blues and yellows. And let's go cadmium yellow. The decision of whether or not you go with your green in your palette versus your green by mixing it is all up to you. And you can also get more green variety mixing it on your watercolor paper. The basic lesson is to combine blue and yellow. So just have fun. And if you get nervous and think your colors are going to go too dark, realize that the color actually will be a lot lighter when it's all dried. So you want a darker green mixer overall, or you want more of this? It's all up to you, and you can play around. So this is pretty wet. I'm going to let it dry naturally so that the water mingles in with the greens, and I'll be back. Now, this is N, and they're friends. So I don't want to be overly influenced by the patterns that I created in this one. So I'm going to cover it up. And I'm going to use my pencil to give a little bit of neurographic design. Now, I don't know if he likes this kind of abstract going on, but we'll find out later on. Let's add some circles, since I don't know if he likes circles or triangles or squares. Now, this is, like I said, this is pretty dry, but why don't we have some fun with the greens that I created? Let's see. And another one here. Yeah, okay. Just have fun as you glaze on top of the green background. And the glazing, like, is basically wet on dry. So it changes the color that you are going to be seeing. One layer after the other. Try another green. Now, when someone says they like green, you can take it at face value, but I like to think the preference is not necessarily green, but a combination of blues, yellows, and different tones. I mean, is it more a yellow green or a blue green? I'm going to let this dry again with the help of my heat tool. I'll be back. I'm going to reinfuse some of the pools and change the value meaning lighter or darker. And this is a raw umber, which is kind of like a modified yellow. And like I said, just have fun playing around. Nothing is wrong in art as long as you're exploring and having fun. So that's why I think I want to add a little bit more blue in the mix. That's a bit more than I wanted, so I'm going to get some water, because when you add water, you not only thin out the pigment, but you make it lighter. And because we're glazing, again, you don't know exactly what's going to happen until you put it in and have it dry. So I'm going to go in with my trusted yellow ochre, and it's a bit more opaque than another yellow, but that's okay. It kind of tones it down. But still maintaining the green background. And since we know that blue and yellow make green, I'm going to infuse it in here. I'm going to try to avoid spaces that I recently put paint in. And let's go with a bit of ultramarine blue. To really tone. It's kind of like a gray. And if you have here in the pounding, they're renovating an apartment next to mine. So I apologize for that. I kind of mixed up on this area here. I think I applied a little bit more water than I should have, but I will let it dry and address it soon. There are a number of ways to address this. I think what I'm going to do is I want a bit of darkness because I have here and here, and make it a little bit darker, going a little bit with the water again. And add a little bit over here. Okay. So again, I'm going to have this dry, and I'll be back. So I think I'm done right now with the watercolor, and I'm going to switch up using my Staedtler 8 pigment liner, and yeah, I'm going to basically do the major shapes. And trying to stick with the shapes, but I'm not going to worry about anything that falls away from this shape. Okay, and I'm going to go in with my jelly roll from Sakura. Is white and is a number 10. It'll be a nice contrast between the ink in the background work. Especially with the dark splashes. Okay. Now, I don't know if he is going to like all of this fancy stuff, but hopefully he won't mind it too much. I'm going to go in with my 0.5 for some detail work. That's a bit darker than I want, so I'll go in a little bit more and go in with my 0.3. I'm probably going overboard, but that's me. Let's try the signal uniball in silver. Much better. So let's remove from some of the tape slowly. I like the reveal because it's cool. I don't know why I removed that one. Of course, removing the tape is easier when you have some nails to grab on. And the final one, good. Overall, I like it, but I think I'm going to use my Signal Uniball 0.28 to do details in here. It's really fine nib, but as opposed to the Statler, it's a firm nib. I think metal. And that way it ties in more better, inked in a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my favorite last stage, is basically outlining the doodle around. So it covered up the areas that I went over the line over here, and anything that seeped under the tape. So, what do you think? These are the colors that I came up with, mixing up the blues and the yellows, as opposed to sticking with the convenience colors of the green in my palette. So the next time you want to do a painting, maybe go with mixing your own and see what develops. I hope you enjoyed the video today and got inspired to maybe mix your own colors as you go, and keep kind to yourself and be kind to others, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.